Okay, this is Muhammad Ibrahim, and today we are going to talk about the art of aircraft painting. So, so let's start right away. As we can see here, there is an aircraft of Boeing 747 of the Qantas airline, and today we are going to talk about the art of aircraft painting. So let's begin. First of all, let us define the cost control. So it's simply the practice of managing and or reducing business expenses. Cost controls starts by the businesses identifying what their costs are and evaluate whether those costs are reasonable and affordable. Then, if necessary, they can look for ways to cut costs through methods such as cutting back, moving to less expensive plan, or changing service providers. The cost control process seeks to manage expenses ranging from phone, internet, and utility bills to employee payroll and outside professional services. So, secondly, to be profitable, companies must not only earn revenues but also control costs. If costs are too high, profit margins will be too low, obviously, making it difficult for a company to succeed against its competitors. In the case of public company, if costs are too high, the companies may find that its share price is depressed and that's difficult to attract investors. So it's like a circle, sustainable improvement. It's a circle improvement, circle sustainable improvement. Firstly, define the brand, then set a goal, then understand customer, then understand current performance, then design the experience, then implement improvement, then measure, continuously measure. On another hand, it's like serving the customer, review and recognize and reward performance, determine company and department goals, agree individual objectives and standards, coach and develop performance. It's a PDCA scheme, plan, do, check, action. So ideas to lower costs while improving quality and access. Let's simply put it this way. It's like ideas to lower costs while improving quality and access. Exactly. So, the art is not just about painting only. It's not only painting like this or like this, but managing and control costs is also some kind of art that will allow you to save time, effort, and obviously money. So I'm talking more particularly here about the art of aircraft painting. I believe that any entrepreneur accepted to build or run a business that he or she needs to be liberal and not conservative. Equality, to be conservative and to be liberal. As you can see, to be liberal is more fair for everybody. So, which means when you enter an airline alliance, let's say One World Alliance, for example, it's not necessary to paint your whole aircraft fleet with One World logo because sooner or later you will leave that alliance for some reason. So it's better and more practical to put just a small logo that refers to the One World Alliance only because you will spend money on doing this and will spend money again to remove it when you get out from this airline alliance. It's like this. In the aircraft, they put one word in a very big font and the logo, the circle of one word, and the word member of. Whereas it's okay to paint your trademark to brand yourself because you want to change it or at least not so frequently. That's fine to put your personal and your brand because it is not changeable frequently. So instead of spending or sending all your fleet one by one into Dublin, for example, to paint the full world, try to think outside the box and paint only the logo and let your website and the media indicate that you became already a member in the Air Alliance, because by that way you will save money, time, effort when you do it and when you remove it later on. So you will save money, time, and effort. Okay, so like any other process, mistakes happen. And that's okay. The important is not to keep making the same mistake and try to make new ones. Because making new mistakes means you are trying hardly to improve yourself and refine your business solution. And that's great. But making the same mistakes again and again means your business solution is corrupted and you are trying hardly to convince your audience it's working. The bottom line is mistakes are okay as long as they are new of them. Always make new mistakes. For example, when there is a passenger made a no-show on a flight, which is actually overbooked, and the ticketing staff, because of stress and rush business environment, forgot to collect the no-show penalty when he rebooked the ticket. And at the end of the month, surprisingly, he or she, the employee, of course, the ticketing staff, found out that the company that he or she is working for is not tolerated with him or her for or appreciating the hundreds of tickets he or she did well and going the extra mile in her work, and debited her or him by 50 or 75 American dollar by the end of the month. That's not control costs, but this is will build employee disengagement that forces a lot of employees and especially ticketing staff to quit as fast as they can, because enthusiastic employees are the lifeblood of every business. If workers are not engaged with what they do or the people they work with, they ultimately are not committed to the success of the company. So since the earth is orbiting around itself caused day and night phenomenon, and around the sun causes the four seasons in the year. Hence, if you are working with a growing airline, that means you are growing along with it, as it should be a win-win agreement. But if the staff received in his email the regular press release notifications and realized that the airline that he works for growing day by day and keeps opening new destinations every few months and signing contracts to buy new aircraft by millions of American dollars, and after 3 years of committed work, he or she will recognize that he or she is staying still and not growing with the company he or she is working for, or his airline is not giving him at least the opportunity to grow by facilitating the NOC procedures, non-obligation letter, that also will strengthen the employee disengagement. See, this stuff is sleepy. So let's jump to the conclusion. Your employees are your internal customers. If you if you fail to satisfy them, indeed you would fail to satisfy the external ones. You have only one resource and one capital, which called human resources. If you build the employee disengagement, you will bankrupt soon. Enthusiastic employees are the lifeblood of every business. If workers are not engaged with what they do or the people they work with, they ultimately are not committed to the success of the company. Spend money wisely and cut costs professionally. Making discrimination is the start to build the employee disengagement. This is Muhammad Ibrahim, and now we finished the presentation of the art of aircraft painting. And eventually, what I would say that care about your employees, because by your employees you will make your business succeed. That's it. So see you soon. Bye bye.